There are many diamond systems for aiming bank and kick shots. They use different aiming references and diamond numbering. In this video, I present a new unified through diamond system that works for a wide range of both kicks and banks. It also uses standard diamond numbering. Before we begin, I want to be clear that all kicking and banking systems require adjustment for conditions. Also, be aware that diamond brand tables usually kick and bank much shorter than all other brands, so diamond tables almost always require system adjustments. See the links in the video description for more information. The most common diamond system is the 2-to-1 slow rolling system. The diamonds are numbered from the target as shown here. Any 2-to-1 track gives accurate aim to kick to the corner. Here's the 2-to-1 track from 1 to 1/2. I've marked the 1/2 diamond point with a golf tee so you can see it clearly. When practicing the system tracks, first place your cue with the tip pointing at the opposite rail diamond and the butt over the near rail at twice that number. Here I am aiming from 1 to 1/2. Then place the cue ball under the cue and verify that it is along the line when down in your stance. If you roll the ball with slow speed and no side spin, it will go to the corner. Here's the 2-to-1 track. And here's the 3 to 1.5 track. Here's the 4 to 2 track. And here's the 5 to 2.5 track. At larger angles, here from 6 to 3, the cue ball will go long of the predicted direction, although I still pocket the ball here. The 2-to-1 system also works with slow banks, where the object ball develops full roll before hitting the cushion. Here's a 2-to-1 bank. And here's a 4 to 2 bank. The 4 to 2 bank we just saw will not go at faster speed. It also won't go if the object ball is close to the cushion, because as with the fast speed shot, the object ball doesn't have room or time to develop full roll before hitting the cushion. 2-to-1 kicks don't work at fast speed either. The system is also useless if you have any side spin on the cue ball. Here, a touch of right spin sends the cue ball well long. And a touch of left spin sends the cue ball well short. The basic system works only for slow speed, rolling ball, kicks, or banks. It doesn't work when the cue ball has stun into the cushion. Or backspin. You can get the system to work with shots of different speeds, but you need to measure everything relative to a line different from the line of diamonds. Medium speed kicks work by placing the tip under the cushion or in the middle of the cushion top. Here's the 2-to-1 line with the tip under the cushion across from the second diamond, with the butt over the middle of the top of the cushion at the 4th diamond. With fast speed rolling kicks, you need to measure everything in the rail grooves in front of the cushions, where balls sit when frozen to the cushion. Here's a 4 to 2 fast speed rolling kick. Speed has a big effect on bank shots. This bank goes at fast speed. But as you decrease the speed, the bank goes longer and longer. When the object ball is very close to or frozen to a cushion, speed has almost no effect on bank direction. This bank goes both at fast speed and at slow speed with the exact same aim. Again, this is because the object ball doesn't have time or distance to develop forward roll with either of these shots. Spin transfer from the cue ball to the object ball also has a big effect on banks. Here, right spin on the cue ball transfers left or reverse spin to the object ball, which makes it bank short. And left spin on the cue ball transfers right or running spin to the object ball, which makes it go long. Cut angle also transfers side spin to the object ball, even with no spin on the cue ball. This is called cut-induced spin. Hitting the left side of the object ball transfers left spin, causing the object ball to bank short here. And hitting the right side transfers right spin, causing the object ball to go long. The best way to hit bank shots is either with slow speed, where the 2-to-1 system applies, or with fast speed, where the object ball is guaranteed to be sliding without any topspin into the cushion. If you watch any good banker, you will rarely see them use medium speed if the object ball is away from the cushion, because it is too difficult to predict the angle since it depends too much on speed, as we saw earlier. For more information and demonstrations dealing with all these effects, see the Bank and Kick Effects page linked in the video description. The best system for aiming sliding banks is the 1/3 more than twice system. It applies to fast speed banks, or banks at any speed when the object ball is close to the banking cushion. Instead of aiming through the diamonds, as with the 2-to-1 rolling ball system, this system requires that you measure everything across from the diamonds in the rail grooves. And instead of 2-to-1 tracks, the tracks come from 1/3 more than twice. I know this sounds and looks complicated, but it isn't so bad once you get used to it. Here's a good way to learn and practice the tracks, in this case the 1/3 more than 4 to 2 track. First place a ball across the second diamond frozen to the cushion. Do the same across from the 4th diamond on the opposite rail, which is in the middle of the side pocket. Place another ball in the rail groove 1 diamond past that, and place 2 more balls equally spaced between the diamonds. This will help you visualize the 1/3 of a diamond. Now place the cue ball and object ball along the line through the balls at the second diamond and the 1/3 past 4 point. Then remove all the balls except for the cue ball and object ball and stroke the shot straight with fast speed. The ball will go on most tables, although it will go short on most diamond brand tables. After you get the hang of it, you can practice like this instead, in this case for the 1/3 more than 2 to 1 line. Place the tip in the rail groove across from the first diamond, place the butt over the 1/3 more than 2 point in the opposite rail groove, and place the cue ball and object ball under the cue. The bank should go with an accurate hit. Here's the 1/3 more than 4 to 2 line. And here's the 1/3 more than 5 to 2.5 line. Notice how I use my fingers to visualize and mark off the 1/3 diamond distance. If you want to learn more about and see lots of examples of the 1/3 more than twice system, see the link in the video description. The problem with this system is you need to measure everything across from the diamonds instead of through the diamonds, which is different from most systems. Wouldn't it be nice if you could aim bank shots the same as kick shots, measuring through the diamonds with simple diamond numbers? Well, as I showed before, you can with slow rolling banks, where the 2-to-1 through diamond system applies. Recently, I came up with a through diamond alternative to the 1/3 more than twice system. Here it is in black lines, laid over the standard 1/3 more than twice tracks shown in white. Aiming through the diamonds instead of across from the diamonds, the system becomes the 1 more than twice system. So instead of aiming from 2 to 1, you aim from 3, 1 more than 2, to 1. And instead of 4 to 2, you aim from 5, 1 more than 4, to 2. Again, the new system aim is always from 1 more than twice. The sweet spot for the system is the 4, 1 more than 3, to 1.5 line. Here it is at the table. As shown here, at all other angles, small corrections are required. At smaller angles, you need to correct the aim to go shorter, as shown by the red lines. Here's an example from 3, 1 more than 2, to 1. As predicted, the bank goes a little long. You can adjust by aiming farther up the target rail a little to make the bank go shorter. Alternatively, you can aim along the ideal 3-to-1 line and add a trace of inside or right spin to shorten the bank. At larger angles, you need to correct the aim to go longer, as shown by the blue lines. Here's an example from 5, 1 more than 4, to 2. As predicted, it comes up a little short. You can adjust by aiming farther down the target rail a little to make the bank go longer. Alternatively, you can aim along the ideal 5-2 line and add a trace of outside or left spin to lengthen the bank. At an even bigger angle, you need to adjust more. Here's an example from 6, one more than 5, to 2.5, which comes up well short. Here's the aim adjustment required for this angle. I still prefer the 1/3 more than twice system since it is more accurate. Although, if you prefer aiming through diamonds, you might prefer the new 1/3 more than twice system. With a little practice, you can learn to make the required aiming adjustments based on the angle.
We're talking about practice.
When a kick or bank is not along a standard reference line, there are several ways to find the required line of aim. Here's an example slow rolling kick where the cue ball is exactly between the 2-1 and 3 to 1.5 lines. So you just need to aim in between, in this case from 2.5 to 1.25. Here, the cue ball is close to the 4-2 line. When you are close, you can just shift the cue with a 2-1 adjustment, moving the butt twice as much as the tip. Obviously, if you don't want to scratch, you need to use slower speed or change the aim slightly in either direction. But here, I was showing how accurate the system can be, so the cue ball follows the object ball into the pocket. With the 1/3 more than twice banking system, if the object ball is close to the banking cushion, it is very easy to determine the required line of aim. Here, the object ball will hit the cushion right across from the 2 diamond point, so the required aim is from 1/3 more than 4. Because the cue ball is not on the line of aim, you need to adjust to compensate for cut-induced spin, or use outside spin to prevent any throw or spin transfer. Here, I am just aiming to overcut the ball slightly to compensate for the cut-induced spin effect. For more information and examples for how to deal with spin transfer, see the bank effects link in the video description. When the object ball will hit the rail at a point not on a standard reference line, you can find the aim between the references doing a 2-1 shift, or you can use numbers to quickly calculate their necessary line of aim. First, you need to estimate where the object ball will hit the rail. You can use the standard 1/3 more than twice reference lines to estimate this point. Here, the ball will hit the rail at about 1 3/4. You just need to double this and add a third. Twice 1 3/4, or 1.75, is 3.5, or 3.5. You can add a third by visualizing with your fingers, or by adding 0.3, which gives the required line of aim from 3.8. Here, the cue ball happens to be close to the required line of aim, so no adjustment for cut-induced spin is required. Here's an example using the 1 more than twice through diamond system. The object ball is close to the 4 to 1.5 reference line, so a 2-1 shift can quickly find the required line of aim. The inside cut will induce a little right spin, which will send the object ball a little long, so I adjust the aim to overcut the shot slightly. All one-rail kicking and banking aiming systems also work when going off a short rail instead of a long rail. Here, the cue ball is right on the line from 3 on the foot rail to 1.5 on the head rail, so I just need to target the 1.5 point with the rolling cue ball to pocket the hanger. Here, I need to bank the 9, and since the object ball is close to the cushion, I will use the 1/3 more than twice system. Here, it is obvious the 9 will hit the cushion across from about 1.6. Twice that is 3.2, and adding a third, or 0.3, gives the required line of aim from 3.5. The outside cut will impart a small amount of left spin to the 9, which will shorten the bank some, so I adjust my aim to the left slightly. Here, I will use the 1 more than twice through diamond system, although I could also use the 1/3 more than twice system. The 9 ball is close to the 3-1 line. Here, I'm doing a 2-1 shift, which you can check by making sure the amount moved on the near rail is twice the amount moved on the far rail. Remember, the 1 more than twice system sends the object ball a little long at small angles like this, but the outside cut will induce slight left spin, which will tend to send the ball a little short, so the effects cancel here. Therefore, I do not need to adjust the aim. Now let's look at a few realistic game situation examples. All the systems can be used to kick or bank at a side pocket instead of a corner. Here, playing 8-ball shooting solids, I need to kick at the 8 for the win. To prevent a possible scratch, I plan to use slow speed, so I can use the standard 2-to-1 system measuring at the line of diamonds. Here, the cue ball is exactly between the 3 to 1.5 and 4 to 2 lines, so I just need to aim in between, in this case from about 3.5 to 1.75. The line is slightly off, so I make a small 2-to-1 adjustment for the perfect aim. Nothing but net. Here, I need to bank the 8 for the win. When the object ball is close to the cushion like this, I like to use numbers to calculate the aim with the 1/3 more than twice system. I could check the nearby reference lines and estimate in between with a 2-to-1 adjustment, but
ain't nobody got time for that.
If you have trouble seeing where the object ball will hit the cushion, you can use the nearest 1/3 more than twice reference line to approximate the angle. You can also do a 2-to-1 adjustment to the 8 to get a better estimate. Here, the 8 will hit the cushion close to 1.4. Twice that is 2.8. Adding 0.3 gives 3.1. Here, I have a slight outside cut, so I cut the ball a little extra to compensate for the shortening left spin. Remember, with the object ball this close to the cushion, any speed works. Nothing but net. Here, the cut to the upper corner is very thin, and the side pocket is blocked, so I need to bank the 5. I also need to roll forward to get a shot at the 8 next, so I plan to use slow speed. The 2-to-1 line is close, so I do a 2-to-1 shift from there. Whenever I do this, I always check to make sure the distance shifted on the near rail is twice the distance shifted on the far rail. Here, it looks good, so the bank should go.
Well, I got lucky.
So how do you know which system to use and when? For rolling kicks and banks, use the 2-to-1 system. You can adjust for shot speed by measuring relative to the line of diamonds for slow shots, under the cushion or on the middle of the cushion top for medium speed shots, and the rail groove for fast shots. For sliding ball banks, when using fast speed or where the object ball is close to the banking cushion, the 1/3 more than twice system is the most accurate. But you can also use the 1 more than twice through diamond system, but you need to adjust the aim shorter for small angles and longer for large angles. If you want to see more examples and learn more about these and other kick and bank systems, see the links in the video description. And if you want to learn how to adjust to different table conditions, see the links for that also. I want to thank Patrick Johnson from the AZ Billiards Forum and Wembley from Indonesia for making suggestions that gave me the idea for the 1 more than twice through diamond system. Thanks, guys. That's all for now. Good luck with your game from Dr. Dave.